basically, if it's your first time here, I've been living in Australia for 6 years and my YouTube channel is all about Australia. This time my followers actually asked me to make a video in English. I guess they just want to see how my English is, if it has improved, because I came to Australia 6 years ago to learn English. So yeah, here I am making a video in English. First things first, what are we gonna do, Pao?
Drink a coffee.
We're going to have a coffee because coffee is always good. Coffee is always the solution to all your problems. So let's do it. Okay, and while we wait for the coffee, there are a few things that I would like to say. So firstly, when I came to Australia 6 years ago, I didn't know how to speak English. Like my English was intermediate level, so I could kind of speak but not really. And that's why I still got an accent. Like I still got a Latin accent, although I pronounce the words sometimes with like an Australian pronunciation. I still got a Latin accent. And to be honest, at the beginning, like the first few years, I was always thinking, oh my god, I don't like how I speak because I got an accent, blah blah blah. But then with the time, I realized that that doesn't really matter. Like everyone got an accent and that's what makes everything beautiful. What do you think?
Yeah, I have the accent as well.
You got the accent. We all have an accent and that's a beautiful thing. So just feel proud of your accent. We got Latino accent. Latino accent is sexy. Yeah. So I do still make a lot of mistakes when I speak. Sometimes I pronounce words in a wrong way, or sometimes I just, you know, make grammar mistakes like we all do. It's normal. It's like if you see a person from another country that is speaking Spanish, or even if they have a really good Spanish, they would still make mistakes. So it's fine. I do make mistakes. We all make mistakes in English. And I guess the most important thing in English and in any other language is that you can express yourself and that people can understand what you're saying, right?
Yep, right.
Yeah, we got this. Anyway, coffee time.
Was it for you?
Oh, you go ahead. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Oh, Pao, what did you get?
A white chocolate.
White chocolate. Let's try it. So now that the coffee's here, yum yum yum.
Yummy, yummy.
We were actually talking before about this video, and then Paola was telling me about something that I actually didn't think about. What were you saying, Paola?
That every day we learn like new words. So it depends like the situation, depend on like the people that you are talking with. Like every day you just learn different words. Like
yeah, every single day you would learn something new.
Yeah.
So it's like anything, you would never stop learning.
I don't know, sometimes people just talk to you and you're like,
what did you say?
And then because of that situation, you know how to use that word like in that kind of situation. So that's
yeah,
good.
and that's actually really good. The best thing you need to do is to get used to asking when you don't understand, because it happens. Sometimes you don't understand and the worst thing to do is to say yes. Yes.
Yeah, don't say
because
yes for
believe me, that would give you a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
It happened to me. It happened to me.
Do you understand?
Yes,
I'm
of
like,
course.
oh, yeah.
Okay, that was good. Did you like the coffee?
It was amazing.
Amazing. Why did you decide to come to Australia to learn English?
I decided to come to Australia to learn English to be able to get a better job back home.
Wait, we need to cross the street.
Yeah, back home is really important to have like a second language. So English was really important to get like a really good job, a really good position. So for me, that was like the main reason to come here to learn
Australian.
English in Australia.
Wait, she came here 6 years ago. I came here 6 years ago as well. and we basically came to Australia for the same reason. Basically, we were in the same semester, in the same university. Same. And to get a job, or to get, it's actually like an internship. To get an internship, you had to, well, to get a good internship, you had to have 2 languages. You had to speak English.
Yeah, you can be really good at like uni, you can be good like at everything there, like yeah, whatever. But if you don't have like English, it's hard to get like in a, I don't know, like in multinational.
In a multinational.
Yeah.
But that was at our university.
Yeah.
At our university, if you wanted to get a good internship, you had to speak English. And that's why we decided to come to Australia. Yeah. And she eventually went back to Colombia, and she actually got a really good job.
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God, she was the boss. She was the boss. Look at, she's little, but she was the boss.
No, yeah, I did because of my level of English. I got a really good job there. I grew up like in the same company, and then I was like, I want to go back to Australia, not here.
And now she's here. Me, though, I never went back. I stayed here. I was supposed to stay here just for 6 months and then go back to Colombia, but I never did. And
That was
6 years after, I'm still here. So one of the things that helped me to learn English was that I got fired from a job here in Australia because I couldn't speak in any English.
What?
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
I never told you.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how, and I'm gonna tell you guys. So what happened, I used to work in a Latin restaurant, and I was a little bit tired because I was speaking Spanish all the time. So I couldn't practice what I was learning at school when I was studying English.
Yeah.
Right? So what happened, I got this job in an Australian restaurant, and I was super happy because I was like practicing my English with, well, practicing my English, not really, because I couldn't speak much, but I was, you know, involved in this environment, Australian environment. But what happened is I couldn't understand much of what they were saying because they speak very fast and different. Now we understand them, of course, but back then I couldn't understand much. Anyway, what happened is, long story short, this girl that was working with me asked me to like run a plate, to like serve a table, and she passed me this dish that was a really expensive dish, and she got confused. Not really, like, no, I didn't drop it. I didn't drop it. I'm good at waitressing. No, I didn't drop it. But what happened, well, it was a steak that was really expensive, and she told me this is a rump. A rump is a really cheap one. And then she passed me an eye fillet. Because I was new, I was like, I knew that the eye fillet, that was an eye fillet, that was an expensive one, but because I was new, I didn't want to, you know, talk to her and say, you're wrong, bitch. So I just kept quiet. Plus, I didn't know how to express myself. I didn't know how to say, no, you're wrong, that's not, yeah. So I just asked her, are you sure? And then she said, yeah, sure. So she passed me the plate. I went to the table. I passed this eye fillet to the lady there. She started eating, and then when the manager came back, she said, who run the table 16? Can someone please explain me why the person in the table 16 has an eye fillet instead of a rump? And I was like, that was me. I didn't say anything. And you know what the bitch said? She was like, oh, Juliana was the one who ran the table. And I was like, what a bitch.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, but because I was new and I was scared and I didn't know how to explain myself, I just didn't say anything and I just let it happen. And on that night, the manager, of course, got really mad because it was a very expensive cut of steak. And she didn't say anything. I just kept working. And I was super excited with this new job. Like, seriously, I was super happy. I was actually thinking, yeah, I know. I was actually thinking on quitting the other job because this one was like the best.
We're connected.
We are, pal, as always. And then the following day, that's when you get the roster. How do you say roster in American English? I don't know. Roster. When you get the timetable, I guess. And then I was walking. I actually remember that I was walking on this street because the restaurant is on that way. And I received an email with the roster. And then, yeah, I wasn't there. How sad is that? I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna check when am I working next week to organize my time to see if I can do something. And then when I checked, there was nothing there. There was no Juliana in the roster.
But next week, nothing. The week after, nothing.
And I was so sad. And I was actually on my way to work. So when I got there, I went and I talked with the manager and I'm like, hey, I'm not in the roster. What happened? And then they said, oh, I'm sorry, we're having a little bit of trouble of communication with you, so I guess that's it. And I was like super heartbroken. Anyway, so what happened is that I got fired that night and I was don't laugh, it's so sad.
No, it's sad because, like, for example, you didn't have like the words of the, like, you didn't feel comfortable to say what happened.
Exactly.
Like what happened.
I couldn't say anything.
Yeah, that was sad. So if that's happening to you right now, don't let it happen. Like,
just talk and say bad. She is bad. Say something. Anyway, I got fired that night and I was so sad. I actually think I cried that night. I think so. Yeah, no, I'm serious. I'm not joking. But then
no, it's really hard. No, actually, it's a really bad situation.
But then what happened? I said, you know what, Juliana? This is never, ever going to happen to you again.
Again and again. Never.
So that night I got home and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to speak English perfectly. From now on, I'm gonna, you know, study and be the best English speaker in the world. I haven't achieved that yet.
Right.
But it worked.
Yeah, no.
A little bit. And that's it. That's
your
my
English
story.
is really good now.
Thank you. Yours too.
We are getting there.
Getting there.
One day.
Getting there. And that's it. That's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give a thumbs up. Do you know that I find really hard to pronounce words that are with th.
Yeah, it's quite hard.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do. There is a little button downstairs that says subscribe. You just need to click on it and that's it.
Easy peasy.
That's it.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh God, you, Paola, that's such a good slang. You got this. I also have an Instagram account, Facebook account, Twitter account. I'm super active on all of those social medias.
Follow her.
Guys, I have an idea. How about if we send this video to Zach Morris and to Andres in English and we make them to react to this video? Let's do it.
Let's do it all together. We can do it.
We can do it. We can do it. Because Australian English is the best.
Yeah, what do you think about, like, our English is a little bit different sometimes in some words?
Yeah, well actually, I don't know.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not, who knows?
Maybe we think, but maybe we don't.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We'll see what they say. But if you want to learn a little bit more about Australian English, I'm going to leave some videos on the screen about hello.
Australian, hi.
¿Cómo
Hi,
estás?
super. Sono tú. Un saludo.
We're recording a video in English.
Oh, excuse me. Good afternoon, everybody.
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien.
Muy
Gusto
bien.
conocerte.
Lo mismo. Maybe our English is not different. Maybe we think that we're special, but we're not. I actually read a book the other day that I promise the book said, don't think that you're special. Oh my gosh, this is like the longest outro ever. Bye. No, and remember,
Just waiting for you.
and remember that I am Paola.
I'm Juliana Medina.
And remember that I am Juliana Medina.
I'm Paola.
And we are waiting for you here. No, we are in Australia. Okay. And remember that we are waiting for you here in Australia. Woo! That's such a cool video. I loved it. Bye.